Welcome, everyone. Here we are, episode 1, shooting the shit with my best friend Hootchy and I, Bodee Burr, Hootchy Brewer. We started doing this a little while ago. Most people call this episode 1.5 because episode 1 was apparently supposed to hit record, but we're learning experience.
It's a work in progress, but 1.5 just as good as number 1, I think.
That's right. That's right. We'll call it number 1.
We always take first.
Yeah.
But we're back. We're back in action. We've been rodeoing today.
We've been doing some rodeoing already today.
We're at a big show.
The big shows.
Big time.
We didn't. Well, I didn't have to travel very far.
No. About an hour.
Yeah.
About an hour for me.
Hour from Hooch and hometown rodeo, Mount Pleasant, Utah. I had just a little youth rodeo. Let the kids do their thing. My 3-year-old Bexton, he got to get on a walk trot mini bull today. We can upload that.
Spurred him. Whooped him down.
Whooped him. We had Hootchy fighting. How was that? There were some rank little bulls out there tonight. I noticed.
There's a couple that bucked pretty good. I was impressed with them, and some of the kids. One kid really tried and got one rode, so it's good.
That was awesome.
I think they could use a few more kids.
Well,
it is the way it goes.
Yeah, it's awesome to see the up and comers. Like where we started doing the same thing, same arena, Little Britches Rodeo. I'm
terrified.
I'm still terrified.
I was. I don't want to get on that thing. Talk of the town. Let's get right into it. Let's get into the meat and potatoes, as everybody would call it, of the 2023-2024 season Wrangler National Finals Rodeo. Of one of the most interesting, because we're missing some characters as far as when it comes to pro rodeo. There's not a lot of people that can, that would have a hard time figuring out what I'm talking about when it comes to who we're missing. Stetson Wright and Kai Hamilton now.
Yeah, it is going to be weird not having them in the bull riding, and Stetson doing his all around thing. Who's even got the all around? Who's going into all around winning?
That would be Shad Mayfield.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh. We might need to check that, but I'm fairly certain. Yeah. The last time I seen it was Shad. He took off and went steer rope. Went to the steer rope, and so he could qualify in 2 events because he's won a lot of money in the calf rope.
Well, the season just barely got over. What's the 10th, 11th of October today?
Class this year that I don't know. There's been a lot of good ones. Like this one is wild. This one's wild. We got Cooper James, Jeter Lawrence, Wasey Shala, all in the top 10. I think they're on the top 10 because I think Cooper ended up 10th. They're on the top 10 going into the NFR, which I think is cool. All rookies, all very first year pro rodeo.
That is amazing.
18 years old.
That's amazing. I love to see that.
So, but it's anybody's game. 30,000 round.
Yep.
$80-something thousand average.
Yeah.
It's really anybody's game down there, and we've seen it so many times where, like a round will pay $100,000 now, and one guy will ride. That's 100 G's straight to the standings.
Yep, and the bull riding. I mean, there's a lot of money there, and like Kai Hamilton last year. What was it? That one day where he got hurt. So, well, unfortunately, the unfortunate circumstances that happened. So they had a weird thing. They had a morning perf. What was it, Wednesday? The NFR last year. And Kai ended up winning that, and then winning the round that night, right? And he won close to 100,000 or over 100,000.
It's like 97,000.
Oh my goodness!
He's the only one.
That's awesome.
Cowboy.
That is really cowboy.
I seen a video of him riding a bull in a helmet a couple weeks ago.
Interesting.
Now, as of this last week, videos surfaced of him down at the PBR at Cowtown Coliseum. So is that a sign that he's going over to the PBR? Maybe he'll find his way onto PBR teams.
Well, JB is a coach, right? And yes, I know that he's really close with JB. I mean, maybe they got something in plan. I don't know how it works. Maybe I don't know. Maybe that's
why wouldn't he?
That's interesting. Why not? There's a lot of money there. He's already proved himself in the PRCA. Yeah, that's really cool. I would like to see that. That PBR teams. That's a cool idea. I like how they do that.
It's a cool concept for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But we've got another crossover, and two-time world champion Jess Lockwood is now transitioned to PRCA. Went his first one, but he had rodeoed, I guess, before, but since he's been in the PBR, he hasn't been to one. Besides like Calgary, where it's conjoined or whatever.
Yeah.
But he went and was 78 points at his first one last night in Montana. Did get smoked.
There goes the money, boys.
Did get smoked. But yeah, we got some boys from Utah. A few boys from Utah.
Hayes Waite, he's my man. He's going to win that thing, dude.
Yeah.
The man of God, Hayes Waite. I really like his style, his attitude, and we high school rodeoed with him. He's our age, and man, that kid's got talent. And this year, you can tell he's been determined to win that thing. TJ Gray's, it's a tight race right there going into the finals, but
just over $8,000 difference.
$8,000 difference going into the NFR.
TJ Gray is sitting at $244,843.59, and Hayes has made $236,023.24. And then he has the lead over Jace Trosclair by he's sitting at 212,000, almost 213.
What's the number at 15? How much money did you have to make to the NFR this year?
Creek Young is currently sitting 15th with $121,600.
$121,000.
And it's a really close race. So 15 and 16 are both 121. Jake Gardner is 17th with
$100 away. Oh my gosh, heartbreaker.
It doesn't drop below $100,000 until you get down to Mason Moody in 23rd in the standings with $96,000.
Wow.
50th in the world is Bo Boku with $47,000. So to be in the top 50, you almost have to make $50,000.
Be in the top 50, you got to make $50,000 in bull riding.
Easy
wow,
money. That's easy.
Man, yeah.
No, well, honestly, that just tells you just how far rodeos came. Because I mean, back in 2010s or whatever, if you won $90,000 back then, you're the world champ by like $40,000.
Yeah,
you're the world champ by a ways.
Yeah,
I mean, they'd have to win every single round. So it's cool to see that rodeo is. I mean, all the committees out there and everybody that's, they're stepping up to try to progress rodeo as a sport and not just some people feel like it's a hobby, but it is a extreme sport. One of the most dangerous, if not the dangerous sport that you can play. So it's cool that it's stepping up and the competitors are able to have a chance at that and make a living doing what they're good at, and not have to find something else to pad their, their bank account and to get them down the road to go enjoy what they do. So pretty cool, I think.
Absolutely. And to change gears a little bit, I got to give a shout out to our boy, Cade Evans.
Yep.
Wilderness Circuit finalist. And you know what? Wilderness Circle. Wilderness Circuit finalist. That's a big achievement. Yep. There's a lot of bullfighters, just in the circuit trying to achieve that same goal of make it to the finals, and it takes a lot of work, and hats off to him or any bullfighter like yourself, Hooch. I don't know how you guys do that. You guys are underpaid. I say it every time, underpaid, overworked,
sometimes that's how it feels.
And thank God for the bullfighters, because, a lot of people don't realize you guys are the meat and potatoes of the whole meal. If you guys aren't out there doing your job, we're not going to make it to the next rodeo. And you guys have more skill than we do. And if you guys get hurt, you got to get right back out there for the next guy. He's expected to be out there. I really appreciate what the bullfighters do.
No, thanks, man.
You
Appreciate
bet.
that.
You bet.
Yeah, shout out Cade, my dog.
Cade, that's awesome, man.
Learned a lot from him over the years, and he's one of my best friends, and is well deserved. Well deserved. It didn't come from just from saying the right things to the right people. He earned his spot there. He battled injuries and head cases like we all get. He battled through everything, and that just goes to show that he gets to go in there to do the dance with the GOAT. Everybody says old BT Dusty Tugnas.
He is the GOAT.
He's awesome, man. So yeah, I think he'll be excited, and I bet they do. I mean, they're like two peas in a pod. I bet they do a great job, and I'll be excited to. I'll be up in there in the grandstand with my cheeseburger watching.
Heck yeah.
I will not be cleating up for that one. Not yet.
Not yet.
I did get the call though yesterday.
Oh really?
You don't even know this yet, do you?
No, this is news to me.
I got the call last night that I will be making my second appearance at the RMPRA finals in 2 weeks.
Which that is awesome.
Yeah, man.
Congratulations, man.
Thanks, brother.
Because that is really big. The amateur rodeos around here they're paying just as much as money as the pro rodeos.
Some do, yeah.
Yeah, and the competition's the same guys, and that's elite, man. That's good for you. I'm proud of you.
Thanks, buddy. Yeah, it's been really fun, and I've been blessed, just how my career has went thus far. I've got to do a lot of events that I was able to, give myself some exposure, and stepped in there at the right times, and things went right to where I could keep getting opportunities to grow and excel. And so, man, it's been good, but the job is not done, so let's not celebrate yet. And that's the way I look at it. So
right on.
We'll just keep hammering them one bull at a time. And but I am excited. This is a shout out another boy, Chase Wilson.
Oh yeah,
Broken Heart Rodeo. He's been fighting bulls for a very long time. Man. I would dare say, better part of 15 years, and has been an inspiration to a lot of people, not just inside the arena, but outside of the arena, to just be a good person. And he's coming up on his retirement year. This is his last year. He's made it known to everybody, so it's going to be the last time down there in Kanab that him and I are in the arena together. So I told him, I texted him this morning because I'm going to try not to cry, but I don't know how that's going to go because he's just a great guy and comes from good people, and it's going to be a sad day, but I'm happy for him to go on with his life and raise his family and to go experience the next step of life that he's got to look forward to.
Chapter. And that's really cool. Chase, I really envy his attitude.
Yes, sir.
Man, it doesn't matter if he gets thrown across the arena, he's jumping up smiling. Anybody, he's proud of what anybody does around him. Them, like us riders, we make a great ride. He's patting us on the back, smiling. He's just as happy as we are. I really envy your attitude. Thanks for being out there, Chase.
Yeah, man, it's times have changed, man. I mean, I remember climbing over at some of my very first, amateur rodeos, and he was out there, and
absolutely.
All the good old boys, and I'm just terrified. How it went. Like, man, I just hope this thing don't kill me.
That's what I still think every time.
Yeah, sometimes. Sometimes they run in there and they got them horns sticking way up out the top, and I said, I don't know if we should be doing this. It seems kind of dangerous. But it all works out all right. So it's been good. So tell us, Bode, circuit finals, first qualification. What are the nerves? How you feel?
Hi, everyone. This is Bodee. Quick intermission here. So at the time we recorded this podcast, I thought that I made it to the circuit finals, wilderness circuit finals. Turns out that not all of the money that I made in Salt Lake this year counted towards circuit money. So either way, I was just barely out of the circuit finals this year. With that being said, we'll see you there next year. Good luck to all the contestants. Back to the show. God bless. Preparing myself to ride these Ranker Bulls all year, that now I feel ready. I do feel ready. I'm excited. A little bit nervous because I know what's at stake. winning the average at the circuit finals guarantees a spot at the NFR Open in July, which pays out a good sum of money. And that's my next goal now: win the circuit finals, win that average. I'm a ways out to win the circuit finals title, but I'm confident I can get that average, and excuse me, and I'm going to secure that spot. That's my next goal: getting the NFR Open. And next year let's hit that NFR.
I
That's
love
what
it,
I'm going
man.
for.
I love it.
So I am nervous. I can bluff you, but I am nervous for the big. It's probably the biggest rodeo I've been to.
And whoever says that they're not nervous about anything to do with bull riding, even a
Yeah.
little bit, they're lying to you.
Well, I would agree with that.
'cause
Yeah.
it is intense, and especially in an event like that, the Wilderness Circuit, arguably one of the toughest, in the entire nation. You got some of the best competition. You've got
Absolutely.
NFR guys and gals that compete there every year, and they make it a point to get all the way over here to Utah to attend that. So it's a pretty prestigious deal, and I think it's cool. I'm excited to go sit in the stands and check it out. It's my first year that my man made it up there, so I'm gonna go check it out.
Let's talk. I don't know. Should we do some pre-rodeo rituals? Like what?
Rituals.
I mean, not
Dude,
rituals.
I got a
guess.
routine, man.
Just
I got that routine down pat. I'm telling you that much.
Because I know, don't you clean your bag out every time? You don't
dude.
You won't take any arena dirt from a rodeo to a rodeo,
I try like hell not to. I'll tell you that much. I don't like it, dude. Yeah. I don't like when I get home and I'm taking all my stuff out and there might be something clean in my bag, but now it's dirty because I got bulls, whatever got on me inside of there. So I have a whole separate bag, almost like a trash bag. But as soon as I get done with that performance, everything I wore goes in that. And I have a next set for usually the rodeo's 2 days, but I have a pair of white Nike shoes that I've been wearing since summer of 2023. No. Oh, I think they're 2 years old.
Okay.
But I cracked them out last summer.
Okay.
To fight in them for the first time. So I think they're 2 year. I've been fighting in them 2 years straight. Have a couple other sets I'll bounce between, but those white shoes get cleaned every week. There won't be a speckle on them suckers. I just can't. I can't do it because I feel like anybody can. I feel like a lot of people can relate to this. Like you look good, you feel good, you end up performing better. It's just kind of
look good, feel good, ride good. Yeah.
Take care of your stuff. It'll take care of you, help you win. That's what I've always thought from any of the sports I did growing up to moved into rodeo in any aspect, even my bedroom. It's just something that I've always been like, I'm gonna take care of this. Whatever's mine, I'll do my best to take care of it. But man, my routine every week,
very
clean.
Routine.
Everything is clean before. Basically, on Sunday when I get home, I'm starting laundry just so something happens during the week. I don't get time. By the time I load my bag to go for the weekend, I'm ready. I don't have to worry about anything. I can throw it all in there and take off, and it's ready to go. But yeah, my thing is though, and anybody that see me at a rodeo, they know about a half hour before they buck that first one, my headphones are on. I don't know what it does. I think it came from wrestling. Because wrestling before every match, I always listen to a song, just kind of forget about everything and let the nerves kind of cool. And that's what I do. Same thing. Put those headphones on. Don't look at the arena. Try not to look at people in their face. Just kind of be in my own little zone there for a minute and just, because it's a stressful thing that we're all going into. We know that it's going to be loud and rough and, everything comes with bull riding. But that's one thing I try to listen to 3 or 4 songs that I got, and they're not like rock and roll. They're not like heavy rap, like anything that you would think would try to hype you up. It's more music to just kind of
clear your head,
let myself breathe. I got some breathing patterns I'll go through and stuff to just relax when I go in there and just try to react the best I can. So those are a couple of things I can't go without it. I had a performance last weekend at the PMBR finals where sometimes everybody's at them rodeos, they want to talk. They ain't seen you for a while, so everybody found their way over to my truck and trying to be nice, talk to everybody and, don't want to tell them to get lost so you can get in your zone. So I just, I just battled through it and just talked to everybody, and then it was time to go in. It was rough. It was rough for me. I didn't necessarily get in my groove, and there's a couple things that I know I could have been closer as far as like being to my spot, or there's a couple situations where I felt like I could have been in a better position, and I don't want to blame it on that, but I noticed that's the only thing during the day that was different for me. So I love a routine.
Well, I can relate to that, a little bit as a rider. Like I have to, like I like my buddies around me, hype me up, get you pumped up. But I just have to have a few minutes to myself. Just I clear my head and just almost reset to just don't think about it, be about it, baby. Let's go.
Yes, sir.
And once I get that clear, oh, I'm good. But I do have to kind of be by myself, even if it's by my gear bag for a couple minutes. I just have to reset, because that would really screw me up if, like you say, you didn't get your music, you didn't get your little bit of time to you had to go right in there, and that's really interesting.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, It's just everybody's got their thing. Like, don't wear yellow in the arena. Some people say that. Some people say need 2 different colored socks. It's just one of those things. I wouldn't call it a superstition.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's superstition, but it makes me feel comfortable. Had I gone through those steps to, don't like, okay, check. Yeah. Now it's time to go to work. So
yeah, for me, I've got dirt in my bag from arenas, probably in high school rodeo.
Got that Dixie 6 dirt.
Oh, the Dixie 6, man, that is awesome rodeo. A lot of good memories made down there, St. George, Utah. Huh?
I always got my head knocked right off. I swear, every time I went down that Dixie 6, I drew a bucking sucker and got my head knocked off every time.
So wouldn't they rotate contractors? Wasn't it? It was like a different weekend. So it wasn't the same contractor the whole time?
I thought it was.
Oh, was it? Okay.
It was Circle J every time that I went.
Was it? Okay. I
that's
too many years back.
And then they'd bring those bulls from Burgers. Like that year, they brought them bulls from Burgers there. I just happened to get on which one bull that, shout out to the Circle J's bucking bull, Smurf. If you're around Utah, you knew of him, and he was
amazing bull.
He was a real honest, just a campaigner, bucked really hard.
Absolutely.
I mean, 93, 94, 92. I mean, everything north 90 that you can imagine on that bull for a lot of years, and bucked a lot of guys off that probably should have rode him.
Yeah.
And he slammed a lot of them. But I have the privilege to have been the first one to get on that bull when he got to Utah.
Oh,
yes, sir.
I did not know that.
Yes, sir. Yeah, he slammed the hell out of me. they trucked him in that night before, and they were in the draw, and that's what I got that first.
That is awesome.
That
is awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was cool, man. I love that. It was cool to see him, like me in high school, or us in high school, and that bull just showing up, and then we're 3 or 4 or 5 years down the road, and that bull was still handing everybody their business. So pretty cool.
Wow, big shout out to the Utah contractors. Wow, just this amateur deal, you got Circle J and you have the Broken Heart guys. It's been a breeding ground for bull riders. Dude. Since I was little to what they're doing now. Look at Hayes, look at Stetson, look at Cooper James, look at the Binghams, look at all the guys going to PBR, Briggs Madsen, Cade Madsen, recently went on a mission.
Kyler
Oliver. He is spanking him, I don't know Keyshawn Whitehorse personally, but he's a Utah boy.
Claims Texas. Grew up in Utah.
Oh, okay.
Claims spent time in like Colorado, Texas, but we'll claim him. We'll keep him.
We'll claim him. Yeah.
Gotta love Keyshawn.
Yeah.
Dude. Yes.
And many that we're not even mentioning, up and comers. I've been Cooper Jacobs, college rodeo now, seeing him. I remember seeing him getting on the little mini bulls, little walk trots that just kind of run across the arena and spur the crap out of them. And now making 90 plus rides every weekend, all over Texas, all over Utah. And I truly believe that comes from the amateur rodeos here in Utah. The RMPRA, Rocky Mountain Professional Rodeo Association, and it's an amazing group. There's 2-3 rodeos a weekend during the summer, even into the winters.
Yep.
Enter up, guys. They're paying out just as much, if not more, than PRCA rodeos.
Well, I wanted to give a shout out. So I've been to a couple of like the junior bull riding finals this last month and a half. I've been to two, and there's a kid that I watched this summer at a like a mini bull jackpot type of deal that they did. They call it Ruckus on the River in Duchesne. Chad Casperson and company, supplied bucking bulls for that. Shout out Chad, great guy,
shout out
great
Chad.
family. We'll get back to Chad here in a little bit, but that's a good man right there. But there's a young kid from up there in the basin somewhere. Not sure what town it is exactly, but his name's Hunter Hamilton. And when I tell you that this son gun can freaking ride, there's him. You got like Bronx Field, Tragan Adams, Mason Howard. There's like 15. There's tons I'm gonna leave out, so forgive me for that. But there's a whole nother crop of these kids that I'm watching them, and I'm like, I know for a fact that they ride better right now than anybody that I seen at that age when we were coming along. Like they're just so much further along than any of us got the chance, and that's because of guys like Chad Casperson, and Clayton Clutch with doing the junior NFR deals and stuff. And there's just and even Circle J, they've been kind of the company that's they kept some of those bulls around that maybe people wouldn't want to feed, because it's just as easy to feed a 16 pointer as it is a 22 pointer. But you have to have them. You have to have them. Somebody has to do it.
Yeah,
and it's not easy. And so as much as
you don't want to get on your first bull, just get on a 23 pointer or something. I just gotta ask you. I mean, I'll answer too, but why rodeo? What's your thoughts on that, Hooch?
Why rodeo?
Why rodeo? Why bullfighting? Why bull riding? We center kind of around the bullfighting, bull riding scene, but why rodeo?
Man, I think that most people, it just kind of comes along with your lifestyle. For a lot of people, it is a lifestyle. It's not just a job. It's something that we do every day. Inside and outside the arena, it has something to do with the Western lifestyle, or something that gets us closer to rodeo. Rodeo is obviously a sport that everybody competes in, whether you're hired help or you're a contestant. You're still competing. And so started when I was a kid from the sheep. I was a sheep fighter back in the day. I would run around, chase after the sheep, and I would I started getting on sheep and calves and steers, and then it just progressed all the way through the ranks to the bull riding. And spent some time in the bull riding for quite a few years. And then one day I just decided, like, I'd been fighting bulls in practice, because you can never get bullfighters at practice. I'm guilty of that too. It's hard for me to go, because you don't know really what you're getting into. So we just had to fight for each other, figure it out, and try to save each other. And I was like, man, I kind of like this. I'm not getting slammed anymore, as often, because I was getting slammed there pretty good for a while. And I think, man, I'm just going to try this out. And so went to a couple rodeos and fought bulls at them, and just haven't looked back since. And man, I've been blessed. And it's just something that rodeo's always been something that, as hard as I've tried to leave and not be a part of it and just say, like, I don't need that, it almost makes it worse.
Yeah.
It almost like it just drags you right back in. There's no way you can avoid it. You can run, but you can't hide.
Yeah.
Something like Hotel California.
There you go.
You can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave.
You can't ever leave.
And so it's just something that, I feel like as the years progress, you just grow fond of, not necessarily the competition aspect of it, but the family that you've built throughout the years of rodeo. All my best friends are rodeo contestants or personnel, contractors. That's my whole family. It's my whole, that's my whole life. It's everything for me. So
and they dang sure got your back.
And they do, man. If there's anybody, they'll give you. I legitimately shout out OD Miller. Last year, or earlier this summer, I think it was in May, we were in Cedar City at a rodeo, and I said, OD, I really like that shirt, man. That's a nice shirt. Dude, I'm not playing. I'm not joking around. I have the shirt still in my closet. He He stopped on his way out of the arena. He was leaving. We were sitting around the campfire, having some beers after and whatever. Unbuttoned his shirt that he had on, changed it, and came and gave me that shirt. Because he's like, man, I appreciate what you do out there, and it's like you'd look better in it than I would anyway.
That is
which
really
is not
cool.
true because Odie's a very handsome feller. Very handsome. Legitimately gave me the shirt off of his back that he wore that night, and I haven't worn it since because I don't know if I ever will. But I'm glad I have that because that's a memory that I'll never forget, and I'll be able to tell my kids one day. And it was a very cool experience. So that tells you enough right there as far as for me, just rodeo. The rodeo family is just it's a whole different ballgame.
Tight knit, very very true. That's very true. Oh man,
pass it to you, man. What you got?
Why rodeo for me? I'll tell you. I mean, we grew up, together in the same lifestyle. I didn't have older siblings that rodeo such as you, but my dad rode bulls early on, and he was a bareback rider, and that's what he did was ride bareback. And my mom was really big into the queening, rodeo queening, such as your sisters. And for some reason, I fell into the bull riding. My dad passed away in 2011, and that was hard for me. For some reason, I grew very scared, of bulls and rodeo, cows, and anything really Western lifestyle. But after, just putting that fear away and getting back to rodeo, and it's an unbelievable feeling. Another thing for me, because I've got 2 kids, 3-year-old, and one's gonna be 11 months, and it's almost a vacation for us going down the road. We get to spend time. We get to spend time as a family together. We, most of the time we don't even have the radio on the road. On the radio, we're just BSing, talking, having fun. Spending family time together, and if you stay on, you can make a lot of money riding bulls and anything in rodeo. Fortunately for you, you probably about get a paycheck every time. Still, like I say, underpaid, but
it is a check.
Yeah,
there's a number on it.
It is there. if I come off at 7.8 seconds, I don't get a check, and that's. But the money's there. What was the last year? Kai Hamilton won $500,000, over $500,000 in the bull riding alone.
It is a lot.
In the PRCA, let alone what he won, open rodeos, PBRs, whatnot. What do we got here? Almost $600,000, $595,000. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah. So why rodeo? If you're good at it, you can make some money. For me, I get to spend a lot of time with my family.
Yes, sir.
I'd much rather be working on the road with my family than at an office job somewhere else. Yeah.
That's cool, man. So out of all the rodeos you've been to, every once in a while we'll cross paths, and I'm going here, and I'm usually at one spot for the weekend, and you guys are bounced around. But
yeah.
With your family and, going rodeo and a pro rodeo like you've been doing, what's your, even an amateur open, what's the favorite rodeo that, that you guys have enjoyed that you thought was the funnest? That may not have, it didn't even have to pay the most or have the biggest crowd or whatever, but one that you thought was all around the best.
Right off the head, it's just my hometown rodeo.
Yeah.
Mount Pleasant. It's small, little tiny rodeo, but I got on sheep there when I was little, screaming, crying, to getting on bulls still to this day, and it's the same feeling to me. Colville had a really amazing PRCA rodeo this year. I've never been up there.
Yeah.
I remember going, what the heck? This is a little town. Is this? All of a sudden you come around this turn and here's a bunch of trees and a great big festival and people everywhere. Oh man, what a beautiful place it is up there, and they treat you well. I like to say probably this year, Colville, all-time Mount Pleasant.
I love that, man.
Yeah.
There's no better feeling than rolling your bag in there when it's your people.
Yeah.
Home field advantage, and for some people it's a curse. They don't like the home field.
Yeah, I might be involved in that too.
I've had my fair share. But there's been some of my most memorable rides that I've had have been at, rodeos around home. Because the people that don't get on the road and go see and maybe don't have the knowledge to hook up the Cowboy Channel or get My Local Rodeo or something to watch it, that they can actually go and watch with their own eyes and enjoy the event and see you compete. And so, those mean a lot to me. One of the rodeos that I've been to, this with Broken Heart Rodeo Company, from up there in Ogden. There's a little rodeo up near Bear Lake, Utah called Lake Town. Dude.
Okay.
I'm talking about, they have these wood grandstands, and it is tucked, up in the mountain. The parking lot for the rodeo is like a half a block away from the arena. Everybody's walking up in there. The pens are about 3 foot tall. Been there since who knows when. Chicken wire, you know the deal.
Yeah.
Just not very, but the animals decide to stay. Every year something gets out. They'll jump out and run away, and they'll have to go rope them time to a tree. There's been plenty of occasions that's happened, but I've worked that rodeo twice, and they will pack that place to the gills. There will be standing room only.
Wow.
Within 20 minutes, that last bull leaving the arena, ghost town. Gone.
Interesting.
You look around, gone, because they've got all them towns there north of Bear Lake that everybody stays in and whatever. But they will pack that sucker out. It's a cool. You ever been there?
Mm-mm.
It's a pretty cool day in rodeo. But we might be skipping over one because we both know how we both feel about this place, and I'll give a good shout out to JD Quarter Horses, proud sponsor of mine that I wear every week. Somebody you know pretty well, but they have a lot to do with one of our favorite rodeos since we were kids. You can explain that one.
Yeah, well, I think Hootchy's talking about the Sanpete County Fair.
That's correct.
JD Quarter Horses. My mom and Dell Jensen have been working up this horse business. They've put that rodeo on together for, I don't even know, 5, 6, 7, 8 years now, and it's getting better every year. Better, bigger. I don't know why. I guess they're staying there, but that's, for even a professional rodeo, they're in the top.
Yeah.
For an amateur rodeo, they've got it down. It's more than a rodeo. They've got acts, and they always have something heartwarming, whether it's firefighters or veterans or breast cancer or whatever. It's something that they're recognizing at the rodeo. The fair, I've shown sheep and pigs and steers there. It's such a homey feeling. We can't skip over the Sanpete County Fair. Man, what an amazing rodeo and a production they put on. And I don't know how my mother does that. She tries to run it all by herself, which, but great job, Mom.
Way to go, Jill. Thanks for sponsoring me. I appreciate it. Yeah, pretty interesting thing happened there this year when with Last Bull. Was it Friday night? Thursday night.
Thursday, yeah.
Thursday, Saturday rodeo there. Derby in between, but we're getting ready to buck the Last Bull, and all of a sudden he is in the parking lot.
Where'd he go? He's not.
The best part was, dude, I'm in the arena and I turn around and everybody's got their heads looking the exact same way. Like there's nobody moving, nobody's doing nothing. I'm like, so what? What's going on? Is there a fight or something?
Yeah.
And I see the rope swinging in dim light out there. I'm like, look in the bucket chute, no bull. I see. So they get him gathered up, get him in there, and our boy McCoy, he's just got him bucked down.
Dude, the funny thing about that was after the rodeo, I'm like, McCoy, what? McCoy Moody got on him, great bull rider. McCoy, what happened? And he just starts, oh man, he kind of tipped me off the outside a little bit. I should have rode him. Whatever. I'm like, no. Like, why did he? Where'd he go? Why was he not in the chute when we were coming to you? But
that's good stuff. Man.
I was like, oh, no, you did great.
Dude,
He almost rolled that bull.
That's a good one. They don't ride it very often. It's kind of weird. Low backhand. That's nevertheless.
Yeah.
But speaking of good rides, there were some good rides there that weekend. What were 94, 92? 92.
92.
Oh,
Dalton.
And
well, Dalton Allred that won.
It wasn't Old School. It was. I never remember that one. Anyway, good bull ride. But if you were to say like what is your favorite bull ride that you've seen? Doesn't have to be throwing eyes, but there's a lot.
Am I going to Oh, recent one?
There was one pretty recently that was pretty bad, eh?
Oh man, I always go back to JB on Bushwhacker because that was just so legendary at the time. Nobody was gonna stay on that bull, and all of a sudden, I mean, he graded him out, hats down. Oh wow,
13. That was the 13th time.
Wow,
got him strapped.
13 times,
and I mean that close. He was coming off like at that buzzer. I mean, he gave it everything. But
there's been some recent bull rides I've seen with these guys, these new up and comers. They're getting it figured out, and they're getting on some ranked bulls.
Yeah, they were just 98. They were just 98 and a quarter on one the other day.
Oh my god!
Cassio Diaz and Manhater. Is that the second or third time he's rode him? This is the second time. The first time he's like 95, something like that. This time, 98 and a quarter. I said, woo wee.
That
he did buck.
Insane.
He's right there and did not quit the whole time.
That is insane.
2023 world champ. Cassio Diaz, you know what I mean? Just stuck it all over him and did ride the hair off of him. Like, he's out of shape that last jump or whatever, but for 7 seconds, he was all over that bull. All over him.
Well, you know who's making some bull rides? Utah boy, young man, doing great in the college right now. Cooper Jacobs.
Cooper Jacobs. You know what? Let's call it Cooper.
Should we call Cooper? Let's see what old Cooper's up to. Because this man has made a statement in the college world, and you watch out, there ain't going to be money left in the PRCA.
Did he just really do me like that? Let me try one more time. If not, we'll move on. He's probably crying somewhere.
Well.
Coop.
How's it going?
Dude, it's going good. This is Hootchy and Bodee calling you. You're live on Shooting the Shit podcast, episode number 1.5.
What's up, Coop?
Oh, not a lot. How are you guys?
How good, man.
Dude, I got a question for you.
What's going on?
We're talking about all of our favorite rides, and one of the rides that we all kind of think of is a ride that we seen you put on last fall. And you just go ahead and tell us about that. Go ahead and tell us about that.
I believe it was this spring, actually.
Oh,
but,
sir. Yes, sir.
It was at my college rodeo in Snyder, Texas. It was in a short round, and I had drawn a bull called Freebird. I hauled him to the NFR that year, or last year, I guess. And yeah, kind of a big stout bucker. And I went out, rode him. I don't remember much of it, honestly. I got knocked out at the end, but woke up and they told me I was 94.
94. Wow. They weren't bullshit, were they?
Nope. It was 94. Ended up winning the college rodeo and it worked out pretty good for me.
Dang right, buddy. Dang right. That's awesome. So we were sitting here talking. We're curious. If you've been to the elite level of the PRCA and competed with the best in the world champions, and have beat them, and have won money, at every level, futurities, bull teams, amateur rodeos, whatever it was, you've always found a way to compete and put your name in the hat with them. If there's something that you could say to any kid listening to this, or anybody that wants to get started in the bull riding? What's one thing that has kept you at a level of where you're riding with the best in the world?
Oh, just don't be scared to take advice from anybody. Obviously take it with a grain of salt, but listen to everybody, find out what works for you, what works best for you, and get in with a good group of guys. Make sure you're around people that are always positive. Just positive influence on yourself, really. And yeah, I'd say that's probably what's helped me the best is just being around lots of positive people.
That's great.
Well, Dale, yeah, Coop. Can we even say Dale, yeah? Because that ain't even our podcast. we'll call Dale, see if we can be okay with that. But
we'll go in next.
Oh yeah.
So 91 at the bull team last weekend.
Yes, sir.
Got the train back on the tracks, getting ready to get after him. What's next for you? What's next coming up?
I had a college rodeo this weekend, but no good here. Short round tonight. I'm hanging around here helping some buddies on that made it, and then I got it's a college shootout next weekend. It's in Liberty, Texas. I got 5,000 added, and if you win it, it's automatic spot in the semifinals of the American. So we're gonna go see what we can get down there.
Buddy. That's awesome, man.
Heck yeah, I'm excited about it.
That is awesome.
Should be good.
We'll be seeing you there in the American then, huh?
Heck yeah, that's the plan.
Right, brother.
That's the plan. So.
Well, dang right, Coop. We appreciate you, taking the time to talk to us, and we figured, right here in Utah, one of the kids that's just come up and dominated and has been you're a good character. You show what it's like out there to win, and also what it's like to be a good winner and a good loser, and you're right there giving high fives if you don't win, and you're the first one to to be there for anybody else when they're having a hard time. So you're our number one on our list to call and talk to, because you've inspired everybody around us. We get to be around you quite a bit, so
yes.
Appreciate what you've done so far, and we're excited to watch you keep going.
Yes, sir. Well, I appreciate that, man, and thank you guys for calling. It's been good talking to you for a minute.
Yeah, thanks, Coop, man. Good luck, man. We'll see you.
Anytime, guys. Thank you.
All right, careful. Yep, see you later.
See
you. What a great group of people, man. You know what? Something we need to talk about is Chris and Katie, because what they've got going on in Utah, they got a practice pen in his backyard. They invite everybody over that they know to buck bulls every week. And, Chris, thanks, man. I remember I was getting on mini bulls just with Cooper. Cooper was getting on the little walk trot bulls every time, spurring the crap out of them. I think we already talked about that. And I was just getting on a little bit bigger mini bulls at the time, just starting out. And for some reason, Chris took an interest in me to build me a stationary barrel to practice riding bulls on. He just showed up to my house one day. Here, dude, I built this for you. Here, use it. Enjoy it. I come out of nowhere. I mean, great group of people. And like I said, that's where these amazing bull riders are coming from.
Yep.
As generations like that.
Yep. Good people, man. We have it really good. And, I try not to take it for granted.
Yeah.
Around here we've got, dozens of families that they're all in. They're not just here for, when their kids out and done, they hang it up and they take their hands out of the pot. I mean, there's a lot of families here that have been all in and they've gave it their entire life. And, I think it just goes to show the competition that's came out of this area, not just here, like some kids from Idaho and, from around and maybe Arizona have come up and they use this area to compete and get better. And so
absolutely,
it's just a testament of, where, what the people around here have been able to do and the sacrifices they made. I couldn't think of a better place to wheel them, deal them.
I couldn't either, and that was great to have a little conversation with Cooper. You guys watch his name and remember that name, Cooper Jacobs. He's doing college rodeo right now, and he's very proficient in it. And once he starts hitting more, going full-time PRCA, where's the money the bull riding going to go? Because gosh darn it,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, there's no telling.
He's going to be right up there with the rest of the rookies that are there this year.
Mhm.
I know that for sure.
Yeah, he's gave him a hard time already, you know, and he's on his permit.
Yeah.
He's on his permit,
Yeah.
so he hasn't bought his card yet, and he's been
Mhm.
just waiting to, you know, finish up with school and stuff, and you know, try to go through it, you know, the way he
Yeah.
wants to. And he's not in a rush. I mean, he's young. He's only 19, so he's got, I mean, a lot of time to, you know, to go out there and make his stake. And man, I'm just dang excited to watch what's about to happen. Not only did we get to grow up at the time of, you know, we had Steve Woolsey and Wesley Silcox to look up to, and we were kind of going, and we had Tim and Tyler Bingham,
Yep.
you know, and Jerry Shepard and all them, all, you know, them guys.
Absolutely.
And then in our generation, we get Stetson, and then we get Hayes, and we get all these guys that are continuing, and now we're gonna have Cooper James, Cooper Jacobs, and this next wave of kids. There's 3 or 4 of them that I think really have an eye on that gold buckle, and I would not be surprised had they get one day. So you know, as time goes on, it's just going to be cool to watch. And as a bullfighter, dang, I get a front row seat. All this, you know, I can see it right in front of me, and you know, sometimes I got to go in there and get whacked for one of them, but it's worth it because I get to watch greatness. You know, not only with you, but with, you know, with every guy out there that, you know, really rides good. I can see it all happen in front of me, and I get a hoop and holler, and nothing in my way. There's nobody in between me and that, so it's pretty cool.
Wow. Well, I think that's a way to end a podcast. You know, God bless everyone. Thank you for tuning in. If you made it this far, we'll see you again on the next episode.
Shooting the shit.
Shooting the shit.